Hello, welcome back to the Dojo of Gain. And it seems that the bodybuilder, YouTube fitness guru, Dylan Mcknight has been involved in some controversy, says the lying bodybuilder who scams. Let's see exactly what the controversy is. I'm going to give my opinion on it and if it's really as bad as they say it is.
Who use steroids and claim not to, there are very few that are truly honest, true naturals. But I think I found one. His name is Dylan Mcknight. His hair's a little funny. His Instagram, okay, let's skip that. And his information is also a little questionable. But hey, at least he really is natural. Wait a second. Yeah, I got a little bit of information that might make you hate this kid, or at least the persona he has. I hope it's a persona, because if this is his real personality, golly. From taking steroids and lying about it to his fans, and really being like unapologetic, to competing in a natural bodybuilding.
That was a SARM, that wasn't a steroid. It's still being enhanced to an extent, but it's not as powerful as a steroid. Although Tony Huge would disagree with that. He thinks that SARMs are equally as powerful. So I guess it depends on the individual.
Building show when he's not natural, to scamming his editor. Alright, so this guy goes viral online for multiple transformations. He has a bunch of transformations, natural transformation here, natural transformation there. He's natural. Only thing is, he's not. Recently, he reached what seemed to be a breaking point. He just couldn't handle the guilt anymore of constantly lying to his audience, which prompted him to go up to the Swiss Alps, sit in the woods, and record an apology video. The weird thing was, this apology video was something he wasn't sorry for. He sat there and said, I'm not gonna apologize, I'm not sorry. And he even said that making this video is one of the most selfless things he's ever done.
In this video, I will not be apologizing. Making this video right now is debatably one of the most selfless things I have ever done in my entire life.
You want to call admitting that you lied to your entire audience selfless? That's like your girlfriend cheating on you and then telling you, and then her being like, oh babe, it's okay, like I'm selfless. Like at least I told you, right? It's like, no. The point is, babe.
I mean, I don't necessarily agree. I think it is somewhat selfless, considering that he might be breaking some opportunities to have specific sponsorships, things like that, by admitting that he's on steroids. Not that the people that are sponsors aren't on steroids, they're just lying about it. Maybe it's in the contract. There's certain sponsors that will give you contracts to not talk about drug use or talk about certain political arguments or whatever. So he is sacrificing something by being honest with his audience. Now, is it okay that he lied in the first place? It's kind of stupid. I don't see why people lie about it. But it could be for the purpose of economic gain. Maybe YouTube is his main source of income. So when it comes to that, it is understandable. Like The Rock saying he's natural because he's basically told that he has to say he's natural, even though we all know he's not. We can draw our own conclusions on there. It is something that does help economically, and there are specific contracts that don't allow you to give that information.
Itch that you lie. The point is that you lied in the first place. The performance enhancing drug he used was ostrine, which is a SARM, and it's an unnatural compound that allows you to gain muscle and lose a bit of fat too. It's banned in like every sport, and it's definitely banned in natural bodybuilding competitions. So Dylan is unapologetic to even his most loyal subscribers. But how
Ostrine. I'm pretty sure Ostrine's the SARM that I tried out. Ostrine really isn't that powerful. It's really not. I noticed a very small difference in my physique after taking Ostrine for like a month and a half. Not very much gains as far as strength. It really didn't enhance me much from being natural. I would give it like a 5% or something like that. It really wasn't something that extreme. I've had natural supplements that have made similar improvements with like Tongat Ali. From the first time taking Tongat Ali, I've felt improvements. So I say it's slightly above natural supplements, but it's nothing powerful. It's not that big of a deal. You can check out, I actually have a video on my results from taking enclomiphene. It made a slight difference. I mean, but I wasn't even lifting much more at the gym or anything, which is something I care about more than my physique. I sort of just like the athletic performance side of it more and didn't do much on that end. But I know he's focused on his physique, but like I said, it's not something extreme. It doesn't change your physique that much. Osterein's one of the weaker SARMs.
How about the people he cheated in the natural bodybuilding competition he did? Well, like he said, Dylan did steroids 2 or 3 years ago, after which point he had entered into a natural bodybuilding competition. And I actually know someone who competed in this show. Now, according to the natural bodybuilding parameters I could find online, you gotta be 10 years drug-free before you can re-enter into a natural show after going unnatural. If Dylan did PEDs 3 years ago, clearly that's not 10 years ago. And shit, if he's lying like this, he might have used something at the show, but we'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But don't take my word for it. Here is someone from the exact bodybuilding competition Dylan Mcknight was in, and he can explain it a lot better than I could.
Matt's a bodybuilder. I actually took notice of him back at, was that your first ever show or second show?
Yeah, a year and a half ago.
About a year and a half ago, Matt competed in a show, an NPC natural bodybuilding show, the same show as Dylan Mcknight. Now, the thing with Dylan Mcknight is he took a SARM prior to that event. So my question to you is, does it matter that you took like a SARM, steroid, or performance enhancer before the natural event and you just need to test like clean at the event? Or do you have to just be like a lifetime natural, like never touch anything?
To my knowledge, it's either you have to be 100% natural or there's like a specific window of time in which you can't have taken something prior to the show. But I know, speaking from my experience, when they did the whole athlete meeting like they do at competitions in the morning of the show, they were saying like, you must be natural, you will be drug tested.
Right, okay, that makes sense. What I want to ask you is, like, you obviously went into the show 100% natural. How does it make you feel that someone who won like your, what was it, the novice division?
Yeah, novice men's physique.
So he beat you in men's physique. And how does it make you feel that someone who actually used SARMs in the past won a natural show? Like, do you care, or is it just like, what the fuck, man?
Just kind of looking at it generally, less about like how I feel. I know a lot of these guys like probably took years to get ready for it, and then however much time to prep down for a show. And it'd be a bit frustrating if I were like, you know, second place, and then I'd find out later on that the guy that beat me like took SARMs and
Yeah.
like took stuff. I'd be a bit frustrated about that. I know it's not uncommon for guys to try and like beat the drug test in natural shows.
I mean, personally, if I worked really hard naturally to face someone who used PEDs, even if it was a short amount of time, I would not be happy. After seeing one of my videos, Dylan went on his story to boast about even though he took PEDs, he was natural on the day and he looked better than everyone else.
I didn't cheat. It was completely natural. This was a drug-tested show. There were no drugs in my system that day or for years prior. I was
All right. Again, they're just over amplifying the effects of Osterine. It's really not that big of a deal to take Osterine, especially for a short period of time. He wouldn't experience much difference than what he would naturally. Unless then again, people also do have different androgen receptors and they respond to certain substances differently, so I might be wrong on that. But if it's anywhere similar to the way I responded to Osterine, it's really not. It's not that big of an improvement. I was very unimpressed by Osterine. Plus, if he took it for a short time, it's not that big of a difference. I don't think he made any permanent new muscle tissue. Maybe if he was blasting some growth hormone and high levels of testosterone and some other steroids, then that would make some permanent muscle tissue gains that would help him in the future after being drug free for a while. But I really don't believe that Osterine is that big of a deal. As a matter of fact, I thought that there was something bigger that he lied about. Just Osterine, whatever. Who hasn't done that? Plus, basically all of the, not all of them, but mostly all of the guys on YouTube that are natural bodybuilders, they're taking stuff, they're taking SARMs, they're probably on TRT, they're probably on low dose steroids. It's part of their brand to say that they're natural so that they can get specific sponsorships, like I said before, or their audience grew with them, right? They were natural in the beginning and now they are scared of losing their audience, so they're going to continue to say they're natural even though they're like 45 years old now and they still look the same as they did when they started YouTube in their early 30s or late 20s. Just use common sense. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later.